some good starts and do what I do best.
Well, good luck out there.
He is number 4 in the AMSOIL Pro Class standings coming into round 8.
Email definitely wanting to come back from last night, having a fresh start today. What's the mentality going into it?
I don't know. I'm going to try to do better than yesterday. That's the main goal.
Well, good luck tonight.
Making a major jump in the Premier Class point standings into round 8, making his way not just into the top 5, but up into 3rd for AMSOIL, the U.S. Air Force, Skidoo, Climb, Ford Trucks, Milwaukee Tool, Woody's Traction, SSI Decals. He's the number 43, and on the podium last night from Fertile, Minnesota, Logan Christian.
Logie going from 6th to 3rd place in points just by one night of racing. That just goes to show how important consistency is, especially in those heat races. So how are you going to implement what you did yesterday into today to prove results?
Yesterday we were getting really good starts, so just keeping that start confidence up into these heat races and getting out in the final and getting out front. The suspension, the clutching, everything's working so good on the sled that I just want to keep showing the hard work we've been putting in and have that pay off. Last night was great and we're feeling good today.
Excited to hear it. Good luck tonight.
And that guy's going to be dangerous because you heard him talk about his starts, and his starts have been on point this weekend in this season. Well, moving right along to our top 5 of the point standings, that brings us to the runner-up. 3-time winner this year with 2 points rounds, 2 victories here, and an AMSOIL Dominator win for the Monster Energy, Polaris, FXR, Pertec, Henges Racing's number 53 from Cannonsville, Wisconsin. He's your 2017 champion, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Cam.
Cody, we're seeing different weather conditions than we saw yesterday. A beautiful day that we had for you guys during practice. So how does this change the weather conditions on the track?
Definitely less ice edges out there in the wet snow. The players have worked really good in the wet snow, so super stoked for a good night of racing.
Well, good luck tonight.
This guy gained in the points lead for the Premier Division. He's your defending multi-time champion for Skidoo, FXR, Classic Construction, North American Trailer, Hayes, CNA Pro, Rock Speed FX, the number 200 for Skidoo, and Theme Motorsports from Norway. This is the Viking Rocket, Elias Ishul. And few things make me happier than seeing vintage sleds rip around ERX Motor Park. It's poetry to your ears. This thing looks like it passes everything but the gas station. A little treat for you race fans. Excited for Josie to catch up with him about what we're seeing here. I don't think that's the sled he's going to race with tonight. If he did, I gotta say, I wouldn't be disappointed. This is Elias Ishul.
Elias, I have a fan here for you, and you got a pretty sick sled that you're running. I don't think you're going to be running this for the race tonight, are you?
No, I'm not going to race this one, but it's awesome to try the old sleds, and I love it.
And Daniel here has a question for you.
So what is your strategy for winning the race?
What is your strategy for winning the race?
The strategy is to focus on what I can do and just do the best I can and have fun out there and, yeah, go for the win, of course.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Want to say good luck?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Elias Ishul with a huge fan base out here, and he's earned it due to the character, the guy that he is, as well as the racing resume. So your winner, round 1 round to go, round 7, 2 victories this season, and of course, your points lead. Well, Robbie, this is where you shine. We're about to take a lap around ERX Motor Park, and I understand there's some changes made today, so let it rip.
That is right. Here we go. Whole shot into the big bank corner. Now, we did take one whoop out there on the start, but we did add one bigger one in the middle, so it's going to throw them off in their rhythm, and it's going to be hard. Inside, outside line here. Take your pick. Double into a massive triple. This face is huge. Another 2-lane, inside, outside. I prefer the outside. Carry that momentum. Now you're going to hit this finish line. Huge triple. Dive to the inside. Try to protect that line. Shoot through this corner. Wide open straight away to a big bank corner. And now this is where the big change is. There was a triple. Now we went to whoops, and they are massive. And there's a lap here at ERX.
Amazing, Robbie, truly amazing. The changes you made today, was that always in the plan to change it up so much from Friday to Saturday, or was that just kind of a product of the racing we had seen yesterday? You wanted to throw him a curveball?
Just definitely want to throw him a curveball, try to make it a little bit more racy. Last night didn't form up the way we wanted it, so we make a little change. Here we go, throw some whoops in it. Basically, try to make mistakes is what we're trying to do so that you can create passing opportunities.
Yes, and make it challenging for these riders. Now, last night, I just reading the comments on social media, talking to these riders and teams in the pits, it was one of the racer favorite tracks we've had all year. They said it was so much fun, it flowed, and had big air like a supercross track. And if I'm going to compare it to anything else we've had this season, I'd say maybe Fargo in ways, due to the expansiveness and racers, again, loving it. So I'm really, really eager for the challenges we're embracing for these racers tonight. And you fans came out to show your support for these racers and take it all in. So what a crowd we have.
There you see Adam Peterson locking in that whole shot device. He's been fast all season long, showing his youth. Definitely not scared to hit the big jumps.
He's not. He said last night in round 7 that this track, it was made for me. And tonight he said he's feeling it again. So Adam Peterson, fastest in AMSOIL Pro practice. Well, who else will we see in round 1 heat 1 of AMSOIL Pro? It's Peter Narsa, Hunter Patnode, Elias Ishuel, Dan Benham, Travis Kern, and Adam Peterson. Now Travis Kern, unfortunately, is only going to be taking starts. You see him there on the right-hand side of your screen, has his pit coat on, so he's just looking to collect points.
Elias Ishuel sitting on that inside. He's going to play the safe route, but a good spot. Our points leader gets a good jump. But hold on, Hunter Patnode's going to have something to say about it.
Yes.
Rails that outside.
Hunter Patnode looking for a better night tonight, but the Shearing Speed Sports boys have been so dialed on these starts. Hunter Patnode proves that once again, but Peter Narsa is going to take the early lead.
And Elias not knowing to give up positions right away. Looks like Narsa makes a big mistake. Hunter Patnode goes to the lead. Huge triple over that finish line. Patnode, your leader.
He had the run he needed to make that pass upon landing, but we are three-way battle for the second place position. That is including Daniel Benham. There you see on the left-hand side of your screen, Peter Narsa and Adam Peterson.
Not sure what's going on with Elias. He went from first to last, or second last. Definitely having some struggles.
And I spoke too soon. I believe that was actually Elias Ishuel up in the mix there. So yes, it is Adam Peterson that has dropped back. But Peter Narsa, well, he hasn't been at the front of the field necessarily. He hasn't let anyone run away from him. So I like the pace that we've seen from the number 27 Scope Quiz race team, but this battle continues. This one again between Peter Narsa and Dan Benham with the big air.
And I just saw a line Elias found coming into that drop-down corner off the finish line. Pay attention to that next lap, because there's, Dan Benham making the move, moving himself into second. Great.
I like that corner. I like how the line is a little bit higher tonight, or a couple of the lines are higher tonight. That's where Dan Benham was able to make something happen.
Sure does. Again, keep an eye on Elias. That corner going into the finish line, he's got something.
Cruising right along through the backstretch to that Polaris corner. We see the 27. Peter Narsa takes the inside, then goes wide.
Elias gonna dive. Oh, he makes a little mistake. Can't get that line to work for him. Adam Peterson gets up beside him. Huge triple. Wow. And Elias seems to be struggling this heat race. Definitely not his best race we've seen.
It isn't. And another battle we have going on towards the front of the field. Hunter Patnode is still leading this by less than a second, 0.8 seconds, 0.8 of a second. The fastest rider on track right now, however, is Dan Benham. So Hunter Patnode, you better get moving.
And just like I said in our opening statements there, Hunter Patnode needed to show up. Last night was not what he wanted, nor the team. So good way to respond.
Yeah, definitely one of those riders we're going to be keeping our eye on. That is the 2 to go symbol, so 2 more laps. The distance for this first AMSOIL Pro qualifier of the night. Hunter Patnode, of course, one of those riders we're going to be keeping our eye on who's looking to make a comeback from round 7.
He sure is, but Dan Benham, solid, sitting in that second spot. He's got a really silky style. He's smooth, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He, however, looking for another comeback as well. So earlier on in the season, up there towards the podium, a podium finish and won as well in Deadwood a couple weeks ago. Looks to get back to those ways. After a 6th place finish in round 7 in the main event.
Last lap, here we go. If you're gonna do anything, you gotta make it happen soon.
This is your race for the lead right now. Hunter Patnode just needs to hold on, defend that line because this is the final lap around.
And he needs to start collecting those points. He did slip quite a few positions after last night's race. He struggled in heat, struggled in the final, and just gave up a ton of points. So good to see him back on track.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen him outside of the top 5 all season. So he's been up there. Of course, he swept the weekend in Minnesota. The state of Minnesota's been good to him in the main events. So is ERX, but looking to make that comeback again tonight. Well, this one, checkers, goes to Hunter Patnode for the qualifier win. That's number 5 for him this year, making him the winningest racer in the qualifiers. Hunter Patnode going for those very valuable points. Started the night off right. So this is how they finished. Hunter Patnode, Daniel Benham, Peter Narsa, Elias Ischel, Adam Peterson.
A lot of action right away in that heat race. Once they settled in, though, there wasn't too much passing going on. One of the disadvantages of having those big jumps.
We're going to hand it trackside to Josie Christian, who has your qualifier winner, HP.
Hunter obviously needing that for redemption from the last round. Talk about what you did differently going into that start line and getting out front right away.
Just trying to have a short memory. Yesterday, obviously, didn't go as planned. So, yeah, just try to forget about what happened yesterday and focus on today and just try to take it one step at a time. Try not to get too ahead of myself and, yeah, just try to win.
Well, good luck the rest of the night.
Thanks, Josie. What we had seen also in that last qualifier was Travis Kern just taking the start. Again, trying to collect those points. He is injured, unfortunately. Not sure exactly his return to racing date, but it's a good sign that he's out there taking starts. Robbie, do you know more on this situation?
Yeah, I did hear that he did break some ribs in that crash that he had last night. Unfortunate for him, he was having a great year. Almost had that podium in Deadwood a few weeks ago. So unfortunate, but he's a tough kid. He'll get back, and now he's got to cheer on his teammate.
Well, here's your ProTech track report. Currently, at about 6:30 p.m. Central, we're looking at 35 degrees, winds out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour, wind chill 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Visibility, very clear. Snow conditions, kind of icy. We'll see how this progresses throughout the evening, and that's one of the beautiful things about our sport is this track. The track historically changes lap after lap, adding a unique challenge for these racers compared to other disciplines out there. So up next in the program is round 1, heat 2 of the AMSOIL Pro Division. You will see Emil Haar, Robert London, Cole Coutu, Cody Cam, Francis Peltier, and Logan Christian.
And watch for Logan on that outside. He's been fast on starts all weekend long. Can he rail that outside berm?
Well, his teammate made that last qualifier look easy, but Francis Peltier out there as well. Forces 43 to go a little wide.
And Francis ran him a little dirty there. Definitely wasn't concerned about turning, just making sure he made that block pass on Logan. But racing is bumping his racing, and it looks like Cody Cam is in the lead.
Yes, 2 fearless racers out front, not afraid to show the ski. Elbows up, these two, this is gonna get interesting, I think. Cody Cam, Francis Pelletier out front in the battle for second as well. I believe that involves Cole Coutu and Emil Haar.
Sure does. Cole Coutu jumping into that third spot, locking it in. Oh, we got a little contact in the back. Emil Haar and Logan Christian getting connected there, but.
And I think that can be terribly easy to do when you're coming off of that straightaway you guys created. You're coming in cook into that corner.
Oh, absolutely. It's maybe a little icy or a little slick down there, so you never know what happens. That's not really Logan's style, so I'm sure it wasn't completely intentional, but here we go with the top three. Cody Cam, Francis Pelletier, Cole Coutu.
On the lap number next, lap 2 of 5. 2 in that third place position ahead of Emil Haar. Emil just didn't look like himself last night. Talking with the team, it's hard to speculate exactly why that was, but today is a new day. So Robbie, as a racer, if you're gonna have an off night, do you prefer that it's Friday night so you have another day ahead of you to correct things instead of having to dwell on it after a Saturday night?
Well, you can use it as good motivation, get you fired up, kind of put it in the, pull the tear off, as we like to call it, and then get after it. But he needs to get out front early. He needs to get into that position where he can battle for those podiums and those race wins, heat race wins. So definitely didn't get the start he was looking for. But Cole Coutu is making up some ground. He's closed that gap on Pelletier.
He has, and Cole Coutu is right there. Emil Haar has been right there also. So looking just a little bit off the rhythm we're seeing from Logan Christian tagging the field there, so not entirely sure what's going on because he started off this race so well on the stud boy hole shot. So keep our eye on what's happening with the number 43, who's on the podium 1 round to go. We're on lap 3 of 5, and as it stands, it's Cody Cam, Francis Pelletier, Cole Coutu, the top 3.
Cody looking pretty smooth here. He's a stylish rider, there's no doubt there. He's got great form, really efficient with his energy. Just sailing over that huge triple.
In second in the points coming into this weekend, and he carries that standing into round 8. So Cody Cam, he let Elias get away from him just a little bit in the point standings. Now we're at the halfway point of the season, so this is where every single point is going to count. You better hope that everything is in running order, everything's dialed at this point in the year. It needs to continue the championship conversation, really turn it up. So Cody Cam, this one will be valuable for him.
It sure is, and you can see they switched lines up there. Cole was getting out of the roost just so he could get a clear shot at that rhythm section.
White flag is out for your race leader, Cody Cam. Cody with a 2.7 second lead, and Cole Coutu just 0.8 of a second behind Francis Pelletier, so that's where we're going to have our eyes on the final lap. Battle for second, potentially.
And this is a challenge right now with this snow conditions. This snow is sticky, so it is harming your vision for sure. And you definitely want to stay out of that roost as much as you can, but it's impossible sometimes to get in those corners. But you see this opposite rhythm Cole's doing. He might have something there. He did find it, just not enough.
Not enough, but I like where his head's at. Watching him come through the back section of that track. That's Cody Cam. Nice and easy. He's going to take the checkers. His 4th qualifier win of the year, followed by Francis Pelletier, Cole Coutu in 3rd. Emil Haar and Logan Christian. These are your finishing results for round 2, heat 2 of the AMSOIL Pro Class. Henges Racing Polaris rider. He's the sole focus of Henges Racing Polaris right now. Standalone rider, while his teammate Oscar Norum is out on injury, so sole focus of the program. This is dialed. Great heat race win for him. Josie Christian has him trackside.
Cody, not getting that whole shot, but you were able to make your way to the front of the pack very quickly on in that race. So talk about the line choices that you were trying to make and maneuver in order to get over a 2-second lead by the end of that race and having the fastest lap time.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun in the race. The start wasn't the greatest. We had to line up in the old ruts from the previous race, and we kind of just spun on the ice out there. So, but yeah, I snuck around the inside of that first turn and just rode smart that first straightaway and got out front and
just had fun out there.
Well, good luck the rest of the night.
And this is incredible. All of you fans out there, first and foremost, thank you so much for being here. This was an impromptu visit. We were supposed to be in New York this weekend, so with a week's notice, we had to make the call. While we miss our East Coast fans, man, you guys have filled the void and then some. So with little notice, you guys came out in droves to support these racers. The best show on snow. We appreciate you. This is home to us, and that's because of you folks out there. Hey, buddy, giving us the wave. We're waving right back at you. Ah, there you are. Incredible. Well, to all you fans out there in the stands, will you do me a favor? And if you're watching at home around the world on FloRacing as well, snap a pic of your watch party and put it on social media. Use the hashtag #PolarisWatchParty. We'll get you featured on the live stream. But up next in the program, we're going to lights racing. Andy Leaders, Kenny Mandrick, Topi Posty, Mitchell Groves, Adam Ashline, Troy Horbatty, Devin Denman, Cale Callan, and Evan Doubt is your lineup.
Watch for Evan Dowd. He's been hot on the starts all season long. But Topi Posty last night looked really good. So
Topi was just a few feet shy of his first career Pro Light podium. So the man's been on fire. Could tonight be the night? We'll see how he fares in this qualifier.
not sure who that was. Bumped the clutch.
Might be Cale Callan if I'm not mistaken.
Look at that great crowd. You can see everybody anticipating this start.
Under starters orders, we are green. The whole shot looks to be
Kenny Mandrick.
Kenny Mandrick. Kenny back from, he didn't have to miss any races, but recently sustained a rather crazy injury, broken ribs. Wasn't feeling too great all night, but did lock himself into the main event, and that was a huge step right there.
And look who's in that number 2 spot. Adam Ashline.
Adam Ashline, your 2022 FXR Sport Division champion. Landed himself a fill-in ride with 1-3 Motorsports Skidoo, a great program they have over there. Super excited for the team and for him to be coming out of what we thought was going to be a little bit of retirement. We weren't sure if he was going to be racing the sport class, but due to his championship, he was forced to step up to the Pro Light class, and he showed up.
Yeah, getting a little squirrely through that rhythm section. Not sure if that was a roost getting in his face or not, but you know, he's getting thrown to the wolves here. This is not easy, but looking good and almost has the pass on the back section.
He does, and right there, who's been hanging right there this whole time, that's Topi Posty in 3rd place position, followed by Evan Doubt. So your running order as they cross the AMSOIL finish line is going to be your racing leader at Kenny Mandrick, Adam Ashline, Topi Posty, your top 3, Evan Doubt up into 4th. Oh, Evan Doubt trying to make a move, a sneak through the inside line of that corner into the Ziegler Cat corner.
Ashline's got something going on up there. He's figuring it out. Seems to be the faster guy on the track right now. But Topi trying to sneak a ski in there on the inside of Ashline. Doesn't have it.
Topi Posty, here we go. He is on the charge, on the go. Opposite side of the track of Adam Ashline, tries to take the momentous smooth line around the outside.
I think he's got it.
There
he does.
Pass in the air. Keep it going. Really sealed the deal here coming out of the FXR corner is what he hopes to do. And he does. Game, set, match. Topi Posty into P2, followed by Evan Doubt, who's also snuck up there ahead of Adam Ashline.
And I think what you're seeing there is Ashline just starting to fatigue, not having a lot of time in practice. It's a lot of work out there if you're not going to have the training, and he's really slowed down, so I hope nothing's happened to him. It looks like Evan Dowd has got a line back there, a triple somewhere. Watch out for that.
Battle for the race lead. Green Mountain Racing Skidoo's Topi Posty makes a run at Kenny Mandrick for Flipson Racing side by side through the backstretch.
Has it right here. That outside line's been working all night.
He does it again. History repeats itself lap after lap. For the finish rider for Green Mountain Racing, he's going to be your new race leader this time by the AMSOIL finish line. White flag flies.
Great pass by Topi. Made it work 2 laps in a row. Went from 3rd to 1st and is checking out. Last night he showed us that he can run up there. He almost had that podium. Andy Pake stole it from him on the last lap.
And get this, we have had 14 different Pro Light qualifier winners this season. If Topi Posty does it, he is going to be your 15th qualifier winner. Talk about parity in this Pro Light division. Really impressed with what we've seen from the Finnish racer in his progression all season long.
And what I love to see from him is every race he's been out there, he's learned a little bit and gotten faster. And here we go. Checkers, Topi.
That's it. His first qualifier win of the season. Mandrick holds on ahead of Evan Dowd, who finishes third, a thrilling battle all the way down to the wire for the second place position.
2/100ths of a second. Kenny holds on to second.
Wow, when we had Evan Dowd was over a second and a half faster than Kenny Mandrick there. So Evan Dowd, the 413, was on rails. So here are your results. Topi Posty, Kenny Mandrick, Evan Dowd, Adam Ashline in fourth, Kale Callan, Horbati, and Groves. Groves is down 3 laps. Not sure if he ended up crossing the finish to finish that one. There he goes. Groves does eventually come across the finish line. So not sure what happened there, but that is your finishing order. On to the next, round 1, heat 2, Pro Light Racing. Heavy hitters in this one. We have Nicholas Lorenz, Brandon Lind, Bailey Force, Anson Scheel, Kyle Kunstman, Evan Christian, Emmerich Lejeune, Jesse Kirchmeier, and Andy Paik.
Andy Paik, great podium last night, but the one rider you're going to want to keep an eye on is the number 44 of Anson Scheel, the white Arctic Cat. He was fast all day yesterday, but nothing went his way. He was on the snow on his head all night. Unfortunate for him, but here we go.
Like you said, he had to take a snow sample. There were issues with the sled. Then he was crashing and went from bad to worse. So Anson Scheel, I love the speeds we had seen from him. Just need to put all the pieces together, meet your marks every single lap. Given the nod to our start line officials, that means you're just about ready to go.
And if you're in those trouble areas, that means you want it. And I do believe he wants it, so watch for Anson.
Uh-oh, who done it?
Looks like Evan.
Can't do that. Evan Christian, not gonna penalize him. Might have been just a little bit of a slip. We'll go back under starters orders for round 1, heat 2, Pro Light. And we're off to the stud boy hole shot. First, looks to be the Polaris Racer 572, Nick Lorenz.
Nick getting great starts yesterday, but look who's coming, the white Arctic Cat, Anson Scheel, powered his way to the front.
Yes, he does. Cat versus Polaris, side by side for your race lead. Anson Scheel going to take the inside line to the FXR corner.
He sure does. We're side by side over the finish line. Huge triple. Looks like Anson's going to hold on to it.
I thought Lorenz may have had the better line of coming across the Amsoil finish line, but nope, not enough for the 44.
I think Anson wants to right the wrongs. Yesterday was not what he was capable of. And there, a triple out. Wow, that was a great line. Awesome to see.
How buttery smooth was that for the all-finished concrete-backed Arctic Cat program rider out of North Branch, Minnesota? Beautiful execution.
And Anson's got to calm down a little bit. He's riding a little like mad from last night, it almost looks like. Just smooth out, hit your marks, and bring this thing home.
Nick Lorenz back in action as of 1 round ago in round 7 after breaking his hand in the opening rounds. When you take that much time off, you know, physically fit, he's there, mentally he's there. But to be at race pace. Now, practice is a whole different story. You don't really know where you're at until you're at the line, but I like what we've seen from Nick Lorenz. But check out this battle. That's between Emmerich Lejeune and Bailey Force. They get together.
They sure do. Little chin music there. Not a big deal. That's all part of the game. Watch this inside. He's going to block past him. Oh, just not enough. Lejeune trying to insert himself into this game.
Yes, Lejeune has such a remarkable amateur career coming up through the ranks here at Amsoil Championship Snowcross. I haven't really necessarily seen him be the most aggressive racer out there, so when you come up to the Pro Light class like he is this year, sometimes you need to crank up the wick.
Yeah, you sure do. No one's going to give you anything, that's for sure.
No gifts, not here in the Pro Light class, especially not from a guy like Bailey Forst.
And I think we're going to have a battle for that second spot. Looks like Evan Christian's starting to pick up the speed. Maybe Nicholas Lorenz is starting to feel that fatigue, not getting the laps in that these other guys have had. This track is demanding. There's a lot of whoops. Takes a ton of energy to get through here.
Look how vastly different on the left-hand side of your screen. The lines are looking from the right-hand side or the racer's left out there. So Nick Lorenz going to hold off the number 33 through that corner, but this one's not done.
No, not even close. Right here, he's going to make the pass. It's going to be close. Oh, just not enough. It's going to happen in the rhythm section. I got a feeling that wrist of Lorenz is probably feeling it.
Yeah, I think that possibly coming into effect here and just knowing to run at that pace this season. You know what running at the pace is like the past few seasons, but every year, whole different ball game, different crop of talent. Everyone stepped up their game year after year, especially this guy, the number 33.
Bobbled back there, though. Definitely not as close this time through the whoops. It's going to be hard for him to make a pass, but you see that line, he gets a good drive off of it, and it closes the gap right there. So close, but just not close enough.
This is the final lap. Your race leader, Anson Shields, checked out. 2.5 lead. 2.5 distance in the time clock. So there we go. Second and third. Anson Shields holds the race lead, followed by Nick Lorenz, who holds off Evan Christian, Bailey Forst, and Andy Pake. That's your top 5, followed by Emmerich Lejeune, Jesse Kirchmeier, and Brandon Lind.
And that's how you want to respond to a tough night. Anson Shields taking that number 1.
And I'd have to believe that there is a little bit, a brief, momentary, nonetheless, a sigh of relief for the all-Finnish Arctic Cat team with Anson Shields to ultimately culminate that qualifier win after a rather dismal round 7. So great run for him. That is the Anson that we've come to know and love. So he's back, and Nick Lorenz able to hold off atop of that battle. And coming up next in the program, we have Round 1, Heat 3 for Pro Lite. And here is the running order. So here is your rundown for this race. We have Eric Downs, Trent Whitwer, Oscar Englund, Marcus Ogamar, Riley Bester, Dylan Rose, Jordan LaBelle, Tyler Ullman, and Gustav Solomonson. And then we're getting a look at the Makita Power Tower, the eyes in the sky. We have our team managers, team owners, some mechanics, other team personnel, some family and friends can be up there as well. And I don't know if there's ever been a better visibility of the track than to be right behind the start lines. We've seen a lot of names synonymous with the sport overlooking the racetrack. Here we are green, round 1, Heat 3 Pro Lite. And taking the whole shot looks to be Marcus Ogamar.
And look who's in second. Riley Bester looking great, gets to the front of the pack, but that outside is faster, so we'll see who comes out.
Yeah, we've seen that work in the first 2 Pro Lite qualifiers, but Riley Bester getting a good jump out of that corner, just projecting out that inside line. And Marcus Ogamar is going to take that outside line as well this corner.
And look who's in our 6th spot. Jordan LaBelle, definitely not the start that he wanted. Oh, little connection there. Looked like Eric Downs not messing around. He wants to get involved.
That corner could be the Widowmaker. Later on in this race, we get riders getting connected, especially come main event time when we have so many races out on track. You increase the traffic, increase potentially the risk. And this track, like you said, has been set up to make things all the more challenging. Check out this guy, Jordan LaBelle, buried in the pack. He's currently in 6th.
Pay attention to him. He's going to make some moves. He's not going to settle for 5th in a heat race, that's for sure.
No, he is not. The guy is undefeated, been intangible, 7 wins in a row. He's tied for the record of current racers. Looking to surpass that again tonight, but focused on the race at hand, Jordan LaBelle. He's going to be working his way forward. If I know Jordan.
That's right. He's going to keep moving. This race is far from over for him. He's going to make some moves. as this rhythm section starts to get rougher. Watch for him to find lines. Right here it goes. He's going to make a pass, I think. He does. So, Jordan not messing around.
He's not messing around, working his way forward. And that appears to be, I think, the 112 of Dylan Rose. And the next pass LaBelle would have to make is Trent Whitwer, who, second to fastest racer on track, 47.949 for the True North Motorsports Boss Racing Arctic Cat rider, Trent Whitwer. Your fastest racer on the track, Riley Bester, who's chipping away at the time clock, only racer right now with a sub 47 second lap time.
And a lot of that is due to the vision. He doesn't have anybody roosting him, so he can go and see wherever he wants. So that's going to be a huge advantage for him out front.
Yeah, he has free reign of the course right now. And also with a 4.3 second lead over Marcus Ogamar. Marcus Ogamar, who got second one round ago, had a win here 1 year ago, but he also lost a bet to his teammate Elias Sischel. Josie Christian caught up with him with an interview about that. But Marcus Ogamar's been fast this weekend, and he needs that.
Last lap.
Final way around, so you're top five.
Jordan!
Wow. Ejected in the Dennis Kirk corner.
Big crash. Not sure what his plan was there. He went in way too fast, but unfortunate for him. Not unfortunate for this guy. He's sitting second.
We'll watch for the lap time that I think LaBelle might be throwing down here again. This is your final lap. Or the speeds, I should say, that LaBelle will be throwing down. So if LaBelle has to find himself in the LCQ tonight, wouldn't be the first time this season. But again, the guy's undefeated, so now it's going to be about the fight back. But bringing the fight to Elk River is Riley Bester, one of his home tracks. Makes this happen with a qualifier win, followed by Marcus Ogamar. Then it is the 129 Eric Downs, Dylan Rose, Trent Whitwer. As we wait for the rest to cross the start stripe.
And Jordan finishing 8th. Not what he had planned.
No, it is not. So deep in the pack for him. So Bester, Ogamar, Downs, Rose, Whitwer, Englund, Solomonson, LaBelle, and Uman. And who won the inaugural Winter X Games snowcross race? Actually, this was our trivia from last night. So if you were paying attention to you race fans, a lot of you would guess it's Tony Heikkinen, and you were correct. So we have more trivia going on today on our Instagram story. That's at Snowcross. So if you are watching live or if you're here in the stands, take a pic and post it on social media and use that hashtag PolarisWatchParty. Even throw us a hashtag Snowcross Live and at Snowcross. Tag us. We'll get you featured on the live stream all season long. And here we have a swag toss to you fans here in the stands. Get loud, wave your hands. You fans who are situated 3/4 all around the racetrack. Amazing showing we have tonight, so make some noise. And our lovely team, maybe throw some swag your way. If they hear you, if they see you. Okay, I know what this is. We have some cardboard cutouts of a few different racers. We're tossing them to the stands, so we want you to show those off for the cameras tonight. Let the racer hear you. I see that looks like one of the cutouts of Adam Peterson. I've seen a Cody Cam out there. I've seen an Emil Har. So make some noise with the swag toss. We're also tossing out those cardboard cutouts of our racers. And we want you to use those to let the racers know that you are cheering them on. Great crowd here in Elk River, and Elk River knows how to bring the party. So here is your AMSOIL trivia here for